raise your hand if you've ever been stressed out in your life. Most of us, obviously, because it's stress. It's always going to happen in our daily life. It's always going to be there. You can't avoid it. Raise your hand if you've ever been so stressed out in your life, you either cried, had a mental breakdown, lashed out, broke things, slept, didn't sleep, or just ate your stress away. Most of us, again, it happens. Stress is a big thing. What happens when you're stressed out, there's cortisol released in your body, and that's the main stress hormone. And it goes to the prefrontal cortex of your brain, and that controls like your thinking, your thought process, your actions, and everything that runs through your body, like what you do. So it can cloud your thinking a lot. It puts you in that fight or flight situation. And so it can do a lot of things to your body. And if there's so much cortisol and so much stress on your life, there's no telling what could happen. There's two types of stress: acute stress and chronic stress. Acute stress is where it's just a short period of stress in your life, and we encounter that daily. Like me giving this talk, this is acute stress. I'm a little bit stressed out, but it's only for a short period of time. And it's just good. This is healthy stress for me because I'm going to learn from this and how to manage it later on in life. But then there's chronic stress. Chronic stress is where it's stressful over a long period of time that causes very unhealthy effects on your body. Chronic stress can be caused by your job, school, family, or even your marriage or relationships you have. And the things that happen to your body when you have chronic stress is it can lead to high blood pressure, stroke, heart attack, obesity, depression, and for teenagers and youth, acne. And we know y'all hate acne. It's a terrible thing. And so we all have a breaking point with our stress. So the definition of stress is tension on an object or a person. It's like this rubber band right here. It's very flexible, just like your stress. It can withstand a lot, but it has its breaking point. And I reached my breaking point with my stress in the first month of my junior year of high school. That was a very sad time. I was so stressed out in life. There's so many things going on with school, my responsibilities I have for each organization I'm involved in, outside of school, my personal life, family, friends, so many things. And my body just physically and mentally couldn't take it anymore. And my body just broke down and cried. That's all I could do. There's nothing. There's so many things that are going on. So how do you manage your stress? How do you stop before you reach your breaking point? How can you prevent that happening? Well, that's like this rubber band. It can withstand a lot, but we all have our breaking points. So there's 4 steps, and they all go off of each other. They go in this specific order, and if you follow them in this order, you'll live a stress-free life. So there's self-care. What do I mean by self-care? Well, a good friend of mine always talks about self-care. They always say that I need to go home. I'm sorry, I'm not going to hang out with you guys tonight. I got to stay home and self-care. And I'm like, what are you going to do? Sleep? And they go, yeah, probably. We all love sleep. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to have. And I just make fun of them, saying that's just a fancy excuse for you to go to bed and sleep. But they go, no. I am going to sleep, but I'm also going to organize my room, plan out my week, and do all this stuff to get my life back on track. And so I'm like, whatever, have fun sleeping. So I thought about that. And in all honesty, they're right. Self-care is very important in life. If you don't have self-care, there's going to be so many things coming at you, and you're not taking care of yourself mentally and physically, it's just going to wear your body out. If you're that type of person who has FOMO, fear of missing out, or we always have to be doing something, we got to be hanging out with friends or family, constantly out of the house doing something. Even if you're in the house, you got to be doing something. If you're that type of person, you can get stressed very easily because you're just wearing your body down every day by doing this. So how do you stop that? Take one night out of your week. Just one night. I know that might be a lot to ask from you guys, because if you're a teenager, you got things to do, school. If you're an adult, you got jobs, family to take care of. You're always doing something. But it just takes one night, maybe a few hours, just to sit by yourself in your room, listen to music, watch a movie, read a book, and just decompress. Just chill out, have some alone time, and just relax your body. And then in that time, manage your time. Figure out what you have coming, what events, responsibilities, and goals you have to meet and do and accomplish throughout your week. Just figure out that this day I'm going to save for this test. This day I'm going to go get gas. This day I'm going to cook food. This day I'm going to go to work and all this other things. Just figure out a schedule. Because time management, it's a big deal. Time Everything revolves around time. It's a very important thing in life. And today, it's a very stressful day for me. I'm giving this talk today, and then I also have prom right after this I have to go to. And there was a problem with my tuxedo. I wasn't going to get here till 11 a.m. today. They sent off the wrong order, but I'm getting it just in like an hour. So it's very stressed. I'm under a lot of stress right now. But last night, I was thinking about how this day is going to go. I figured out, okay, I'm going to come here, get the talk, leave right after, go get my tux. After the tux, head back to Ada and get ready for prom. I figured out my day, how it's going to go. I'm not going to stress about it because I'm just going to boom, boom, boom. It's just going to flow right along. And that's how your life should be. It should just be a nice flowing thing. It should just go one after the other. You should know what's going to happen. You should not wake up feeling stressed, not knowing what's going to go on in your life. You should know that, okay, I have this coming up, then I have this. And that's how you manage your time. Just figure out when you're taking care of yourself, just figure out what you have to do throughout the week or the next day. And while you're doing time management, you figure out your limits in life, physically and mentally. You figure out what you're able to do and what you're not able to do. We live in a society where we are told that if you don't make straight A's, if you don't be part of school and like all the activities and clubs, organizations that there are in, you're not gonna have a good life, you're not gonna be accepted into good college, and you're gonna have a terrible career. That's what we're told at the age of 15 when we're freshmen. That's a lot of pressure on us. When you're a 15-year-old kid and you're like, every decision you make is gonna find who you are, and you're just like, okay, you don't know what's gonna happen. So just imagine how much stress we're under. According to the American Psychological Association, about 40% of teens experience an unhealthy amount of stress. Imagine if we're so stressed out right now, imagine how we're going to be when we're adults and have to take care of our family and pay bills and all that fun adult stuff. So you figure out your limits. You're a person. You can't do everything yourself. No one can. You always need someone there to ask for help. You can't do everything on your own. And it's okay to ask for help sometimes. That's the fourth step, asking for help. That's big. That's a hard thing to do because some of us can be too prideful at times, especially me. I went to this amazing camp called HSLC, called High School Leadership Conference, and they taught me the biggest thing that I learned from there was it's okay to ask for help. They played a fun game with you, and basically they just had to play this game, and you had to figure out how to win. But they didn't tell us how to win. They just said, you can ask for help if you need it. It's completely okay. That's what they told us. They say, play the game, and if you need help, just raise your hand and say, I need help. Well, I was playing the game. People were just winning and stuff, and I was like, how are they winning? How are they doing this? Like, why can't I get this game? Why can't I win? And people were just saying, Enoch, ask for help. Just ask for help, Enoch. It's fine. I'm like, no, I can do this on my own. I'm fine. And I was getting so stressed out. I was like, why am I getting stressed? It's a fun game. Why is it stressing me out? And it's because I didn't simply just ask for help. And so finally I caved in and just raised my hand and said, I would like some help. And then they told me and explained, and the stress just went away completely. And so after I did that activity, went to that camp, I thought to myself, how easy would my junior year have been if I just asked for help? It's a hard year. There's so many things going on for me. I'm very involved. I'm in student council. I'm an officer. I'm part of so many clubs and do many things. And I've always felt I had a sense of responsibility to be in charge of them and not ask for help because that might show a sign of weakness that I don't know what I'm doing or I'm irresponsible. And even if you're an adult in your job, you're a boss, you don't want to show your colleagues that you don't know what you're doing, so you always try to take initiative and do it yourself. Sometimes you can either just lead to more stress or end up not working right, and then it's just a lot of bad stuff. But asking for help is a good thing to have. It's a good leadership quality to have. It shows you're not prideful. It shows that you're a very humble person. And that it's always okay to ask for help. So, self-care, time management, knowing your limits, and knowing when it's okay to ask for help. 4 things. So, back to this rubber band, your stress level. Very flexible, you see. It can withstand a lot, but it has its breaking point like everything else. So let's say things that stress you out in life. Waking up, that can be stressful, just rolling out of bed, going to school, going to work, seeing people you don't like, and then having your responsibilities at school and work. You have to do homework, you have to study for a test, you have to take a test, you gotta practice a song for school, you have practice for your sport, you have so many responsibilities going on in your life. Then even outside of school, you have to Hang out with friends, hang out with family. You have to go to a birthday party, you don't know. You have to go to a wedding, don't even know the person's getting married, but you have to go, and there's so many things going on, and you just don't want to. You just want to calm down, but you can't, and you're going and going and going and going, and then you break. There's no telling what your body's doing at this moment. You could be crying, you could be having a mental breakdown, you could be breaking things, lashing out on others, and there's no telling, because stress, it's a powerful thing in your body. So, let's say you follow those 4 steps. Self-care. Sit home 1 night a week and just calm down. Think about what's going on. Decompress. Then manage your time. Figure out what you're going to do the next day so your day can just flow one after the other. And then figure out your limits. Figure out what you know you can do and what you can't do. And when you figure out what you can't do, ask for help. And then the rubber band goes from this to this. You see that there's tension there, but you know it's not close to its breaking point. Thank you.